Today's lesson is going to be on something you can do for extra credit. And because it's extra credit, I don't want you to save it in your biography file. I want you to save it as something separate. So the way you're going to do that is you're going to go over here to File and Save As, or on the keyboard the shortcut is, does anybody remember? F12. And so click on Save As, go to the MVS student folder, Jameson folder, period folder, student folder, and change the name from biography to TOC, table of contents, and click save. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the second slide, or you can just click in between slides 1 and 2 and Control M for new slide, or you can go up here if you want to do it this way and click new slide, and you can choose a slide. It really doesn't matter. I mean, you could choose one of these slides and we could do it that way. And if you look here, you know, this is where we're ultimately going, which is insert smart art graphic. But you can do that here. This is probably the best way to do it, and just type table of content. And you can go here, or you can go up to insert, and it's the same thing, smart art. And when you click on it, it's going to pop open this window here. Now, if you look at all the different smart art things, and you click on them and they give you examples, and this is, you know, all of them, and it goes on and on and on, and some of them are very cool looking, but they're not all going to do what you want them to do. I mean, this one might be kind of cool. It's called a step-down process, but it probably will go straight off the slide and won't work for you. So there's different groupings here. This is all of them, and this is sort of all of them in their own categories. So you've got list, and you can see here the list is probably not going to work in terms of 20 slides. Cycle, a cycle is something that goes around in a circle, which it really isn't. Hierarchy, a hierarchy is, you know, who's on top, who's afterwards, and so forth, which again, it wouldn't work. Relationship looks like it could work, but it would be rather confusing to have this kind of a relationship here. This one's kind of an odd one. So you don't want to confuse people who are using your slideshow. You want it to be rather straightforward. Pyramid is not it. And Office.com has ideas online that you can use. But what I would suggest you do is just go here to where it says process, because what this is a process. And you can look, so for example, here's a basic process with a little arrow. It goes from this to this to this and so forth. You've got other ones like this, and you know, try them out, see which one works best for you. After you're finished, you can go back and you can change the look, and your information should still be there. Personally, I'm going to just choose one that's rather simple, which is this one here. This is another one that's okay as well. If you click like that, it might be confusing because you're sort of following the slideshow here, and you know, whatever it is that you want to do. I personally, I like this one. This one seems the most straightforward, so I'm just going to click OK. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You get this thing right here. You can click, if you want, inside each of these and type the information. And the question is, what information do you want to put in there? Well, if you want, you can put the slide number, and you can put the title of the slide. I suppose you could put a picture in there, but that really wouldn't tell the person what you're doing. But the easiest thing to do would be to go over here, and instead of having this one where it's slides, you can choose outline, and that way you can see what each of your slides is called. Now, if you want to type it into the slide, that's actually the hard way of doing it. Let's try this. How far he traveled. And you can see that it changes size. The font automatically changes size, which is cool. But you can also see it up here. And I would stick in this thing right here. It's much easier than typing it into each slide, and I'll show you why. I'm going to delete this till we're down to one. Okay, so you can see right here we've got two slides. And if you just go over here and look at these right here and just follow it as it goes along, where he traveled, enter, And of course what you can do is you can just do this, copy, but then you lose that table of contents, so you have to go back here and you have to click into it and then do this and then paste. Oops, I guess I copied the wrong thing. Control Z. So it's much easier just to kind of put this over here and then and so forth. And so you can see here that it when you hit enter, let me move this off to the side so you can see what happens here. When you hit enter, yet another slide is created, and you've got these nice little arrows here. And so let's just try that out and see what you think.